Gents, welcome to another episode of Clutch Conversations. It's your boy Mike back at you one more again on a Thursday evening. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. I know I am. I know I am. I'm gonna do a couple quick shout outs real quick. First and foremost, shout out to Wifely, the lovely Takara. Thank you for being on the ones and twos. It really helps a lot. So I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Shout out to the folks that'll be in the chat later. Shout out to Replay Game. Speaking of Replay Game, the recordings for the podcast will now be available after the show. They'll be available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever your favorite major podcasting platform is. So be sure to go out there and check that out. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all the support. And speaking of support, if you're involved in this reptile hobby in any shape, form, or fashion, please make sure to go out there and support both US Art and US Art Florida. Both of those organizations are extremely important and extremely vital to what we do. Supporting any way you can, whether that's becoming a member and paying an annual membership, one-time donation, every little bit helps. The membership counts, the numbers matter. So it's definitely power in numbers. So please be sure to go out there and support US Art and US Art Florida. The link for both of those organizations are in the description of this video. Tonight we got Tonight we got Joey from Morph Depot on the show. We're gonna bring him to the stage. Yeah, I got a little tongue tied there. It's like, oh, my bad. What's up, bro? What's up?
How's it going, man? Thank you so much for having me on here. I'm excited. I really am. Been wanting to talk projects with you since Daytona.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it was great meeting you in Daytona too, bro. It was great. Yeah. Like the vibe was just automatically like boom, boom. So I had a good time talking. Like we could have sat there and talked for like 3 hours, bro. Or
I know
longer.
my wife was looking at me like spinning circles. And my kids were like, come on, let's keep moving. I was like, I'm meeting one of my best friends. I gotta talk to him. Leave me alone.
Like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So when did y'all leave out?
So I had a room there and like we went and got food at like 1, and then I came back and started seeing all my friends from the West Coast that flew out. And
okay.
But I left my family in the hotel for a few hours, so I got to go make the rounds a lot faster versus
yes, sir.
As I was leaving, I saw a few of my friends, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go drink?" At like 5 o'clock, and then I don't remember after that what kind of happened. That was like 10 hours.
Like, that sounds like a good time, bro. That sounds like a great time.
We were at the bar at the hotel, and they brought a full cooler, so we were.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice. So tell the people a little bit about yourself outside of the reptiles. We definitely gonna get into the reptiles, but let's start with Joey outside of reptiles.
Okay. I am 100% disabled vet, so I'm blessed. I get to be home and have the snakes, but be home to be with my kids and be with my wife. She's a nurse. My son, he plays mini sports. He's a 4-time world champion in sport karate.
Nice.
We travel all over the country for him to fight, and I train him. I'm his coach in baseball, basketball, karate. So weeknights, I'm super busy. I haven't had baseball practice earlier, so I got off early just to come make it on the show.
Oh, nice. That's what's up, bro.
You know, every night it's just the kids and the snakes. I mean, that's what I get to do. I'm lucky. I'm blessed, and
so you were telling me he is 77-0 in tournament fights?
Yes, sir. In ranked tournaments fight, he's 77-0, and
nice.
In unranked, he's probably 55-0. So 120, 130-0. He loves the fight.
So how many matches in any given tournament?
So the most he's ever had was 8 fights in one tournament.
Okay.
And these kids were from all over the country, from Texas to Florida. Some kids came from out of the country, and it's so stressful when you're watching your son go up against a kid who looks like he's bigger, faster, stronger. And I mean, just watching him overcome so much every fight, and battle and uses it's just amazing to watch his work ethic, reward him. And he starts seeing that, so it makes him work really.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. That's what's up, bro. That's very impressive. That's very impressive, bro. All right. So what else you got going on?
No, I'm bored, man. I like staying at home. I'm kind of just aside from like kids sports and the snakes, man, I stay in my little area. I don't venture out. I love sports, fantasy football.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get down for fantasy football. I know you're a football fan, a Gator fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know it. You know
With
it.
you game, man.
Sure.
I saw you go to a game. I was like, man, I want to go so bad and watch the Gators play in person. So
Oh yeah, you got to check that out, bro.
it's a
Yeah,
different
yeah.
over.
It's a fun experience, especially that night. That was like game one of the season. So game one of the season, brand new coaching staff. We came in like underrated, which we probably was rated exactly where we needed to be
Yeah,
based on our current record right now. But we
yeah.
came in the underdog, and like so we had a chip on the shoulder. Everybody was like, "Y'all gonna lose, y'all gonna lose." It's like, all right, and we beat them, and that was a top 10 win first game, bro. It was exciting, bro. It was
Man, after that
good.
win, all the fans thinking they're like, oh, we're going to the college bowl. It's over. We're the number one team in the nation. My Florida friends were blowing up my news feed. I was cracking up.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild, bro. Like, I tried not to get like too big headed. I ain't gonna lie, I did walk with a little bit of extra pep in my stuff. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But I tried not to let it go too far to my head. You know what I mean? And then we sat there and lost to Kentucky, lost to
The Kentucky lost.
Tennessee, almost lost to USF, bro. It was crazy, bro. Like that was definitely deflating. But we're looking a little bit better now, so we'll see. 3-2.
Long season. You still got more games.
Yeah, and it's still the first year of a new coach, so we got like all new staff, everybody trying to get acclimated and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna bore everybody with the Gators talk because I can sit here and talk to you all night about this, about these Gators, bro. So, at what point along your life journey did you get into reptiles? Has it been something you've always been in, or did you just kind of come into it late like me?
No, I grew up on a ranch in Northern California. I was always catching snakes and lizards, and I was in my knees and like the water, netting frogs. And so I loved herping growing up. I didn't know it was herping. I just loved being outside, catching animals, letting them go. And when I turned 18, I had a job when I was 17. So I saved up money because I really wanted, a reptile as a pet. I was looking at a chameleon so I went to the pet store and I saw, a whole wall of ball pythons, but they were all normals. And I
Okay.
got this girl. I was like, wow, she's beautiful. She's like tiny in my hand. So I got a tank. Got everything at 18, and I bought her right when I turned 18. And dude, it was like the most coolest pet, holding this snake is like sitting on my lap while I'm watching a movie. Total like
Oh,
just
nice.
mesmerized by this little ball python that would just sit in my hand so docile. And then you get to feed it a mouse and watch her grow. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. But then I ended up going to the military, and I let my cousins take her. And after a few years, after I got done with boot camp and all my training and got married and got a house, I was like, I want her back. So I got her back at about 4 years old, and she was about 3,000 grams. And so
Oh, so big girl.
yeah, she was big, and I had her in a 40-gallon tank. And then I was just looking at ball pythons because I was like, does she need a bigger tank? And then when I was like Google searching it, all these colors popped up. There's like pieds, albinos, dreamsicles. And, this was about 9 years ago. And I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Okay.
where have these been my whole life? I've never even seen them. And so I ended up buying a banana lesser male to pair to her, 9 years ago. And she ended up laying me eggs. I got like 10 eggs from her for my first clutch. And
How much were banana lessons going for back then?
I kind of cut it on the tail end. I bought my boy for like $600. So they were still like $300, $400, but
Okay.
it's
Okay.
just because everyone was like not mass producing, but Jason Amos bought one, and I think he bred it to like 10 females, and this was like 15, 16 years ago. And since it was male makers, they were just so heavily produced, but I loved it. I love the purple and gold. That's still half my collection are banana combos.
Nice.
But it's big upgrade from where I was 9 years ago. And
Yeah, I heard the prices on bananas back then was like, or at first was like way up there.
yeah, I think he produced, and I could be wrong. Sorry, Jason, I'm putting your info out there, but I know he produced like they were there about 10 to 20 grand, and I know he made over 20 of them in the first few clutches. He had good odds, so he made bank off the banana gene, and it honestly brought a lot of people in that gene alone. They're seeing purple and yellow snake.
Eye catching is crazy, bro.
I still love looking at them. So it's a good, pies, bananas. Those are the best, eye-catching snakes in my opinion. Yeah, they're kind of basic, but man, they're a staple in the hobby all the way.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So you got a banana lesser, and you put him to that normal female, you say?
I got 10 eggs my first clutch, and like 7 of them were bananas. So obviously I went through the grind of trying to sell them on Craigslist, 9 years ago, trying to build a name for myself. And I slowly started building a name for myself after, 2 or 3 years producing small clutches. And then I was in a local area in Reno, Nevada, and kind of started really growing at the time. A lot of people started getting into snakes. And I supplied everyone in Reno,
Oh,
everyone.
nice.
Yeah, this is
He was a dope man.
yeah, that's exactly.
Dope man.
Everyone was calling me. I called the DMV and I was talking to the DMV, and this girl was like, "Oh yeah, what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, breed snakes." Like, "Oh, do you know this breeder? What's his name? Like Joey something. He breeds ball pythons." I was like, "That's me." So and
Yeah, that's me.
so it was just a fun 4 or 5 years, and then it grew. A lot more breeders there now. There's a lot of bigger breeders. They have 50 to 70 breeder females. A lot of guys over in that area. So I don't want to say I'm the godfather of Reno ball pythons, but I'm like I'm somewhere in there.
Okay. I want to say what's up to a bunch of folks in the chat real quick. Gage, what's good, bro? Thanks for coming out. Keisha, what's good? Thanks for coming out. Nicole, what's good? Thanks for coming out. Kent, what's good? Thank you for coming out. Plus, we got Chris, what's good? Thanks for coming out.
Rainbow ball.
You know Chris? That's the new
Yeah.
face. It's the first time I've seen him.
Yeah, Chris is a good friend of mine actually. He's remember those crazy clowns I produced a couple months ago?
Yeah, yeah.
Rainbow boa, and the other one kind of looks like a retic. He ended up getting both those girls.
Oh,
Both of them.
nice. Nice.
But he traded me some. I have a bunch of powerful males, and I needed more clown females, and I was really hurting on breeder clowns. And the males I had were already the breeder size or pretty close, and he came through for me. He took both those girls and a few other clowns, and I got some stacked, big breeder clown combos, some really nice het clown combos.
Oh,
Stuff
nice.
really gonna let me push forward, my project and my business this year. So I'm super excited.
Nice. Lekka, what's good, bro? You was the #1 man in Reno holding it down. All right, and so you talked about it a little bit just now, like with the clown stuff, but what other projects are you working with?
My
And
favorite, so my 2 favorite projects are clown and pieds.
Clown and Pied, okay.
Yeah, they're definitely. Sorry, I'm fixing my thing. So they're definitely. Pied is kind of what got me into it. When I saw the pieds and the dreamsicles, I kind of went like everything towards pied. But clowns really, really started like after the Pompeii hit, after the Magma. I was like, man, it's like a new palette. It's like a full reset on the ball python hobby. You could just add clown to any combo and it'll be way better. Same thing with DG.
Yeah, 100%.
So like 80% of my projects are revolved around clown and pied, multi-hets, but I'm also working monsoon, and
Okay.
I kind of went the cheap route. I got a banana bumblebee het monsoon female maker. He's a breeder.
Okay.
But I didn't have 20 G's to get a visual at the time, so I got him. He's a really a good breeder, and I put him to 2 pieds, a clown, a black pastel inchy albino, a hypo, a red stripe G stripe, and all those girls laid. So I got 16 or 17 either het pied, het clown, het albino, 50%.
Oh, nice.
50% het monsoon girls raising up. So I made an army this year.
Nice. So talk about how you go about picking your projects. What's the thought process that goes into it?
I really like extreme stuff, like the Pompeii, the Magma, the Dreamsicle, stuff that's just really eye-catching and stuff you could just just get ridiculous with. Just keep adding stuff, and it gets better and better. It's harder to ID, and half my IDs may be wrong on some of my holdbacks, but that's okay. That's why I kept them.
Right.
But with the monsoon, I really like the potential with it. I like the busy It's just, it's cracked out, extreme, total different look,
So
cheap.
what do you think will change that a little bit? Because like I hear a lot of people talking about monsoon and like, man, that pattern's so busy, so strong, nothing's going to change it. What do you
Yeah.
think might change it?
So, and I agree. I've seen the clown moray or the clown monsoon, whatever you want to call it, and it didn't do nothing. So that's why I put it to the G stripe. I want to test to see if maybe the G stripe could affect it a little bit. Maybe you get the same pattern with like maybe a little solid dorsal stripe down the back.
Okay.
Maybe that. I really like the Burmese albino, or like a Burmese python, the albino. And so I was figuring like the monsoon albino would look pretty darn close to maybe like that really busy Burmese look to it. So I know that's not going to affect the pattern, but as far as color, I feel like that's going to be a fun project to work with, like the black pastel mixed in, and maybe do like a super black pastel albino monsoon. That's kind of where
Oh,
I'm
nice.
kind of
Nice.
back. But my hope is that the Pied kind of changes it. I'm hoping that's kind of, and I contemplated selling off my monsoon project. I had some good offers, but the Pied monsoon I really want to do. It just, it's a fun. I love Pied, and I'm curious to see if there is a crazy reaction where you got like the monsoon and then like the Pied breaks it up a little bit, or maybe you get crazy Pied in there, swirls. Who knows? No one really knows yet. That's the fun scientist part behind
Yeah.
the lab, building it in the lab. That's the fun part for me, anyways, for the hobby. So it didn't cost me very much. I traded, 8-9 breeder girls to get that boy.
Okay.
Which hurt me at the time, but that boy, I was like, okay, I'll get a nice proven boy and I'll make all my hets this year. And those hets, are pretty valuable, but I can't sell stuff as 50% het. I won't get the price, so this genetic testing needs to hurry up so I don't have to keep, 20 girls.
Yeah, I was actually about to comment on that, but I wanted to let you finish. When you mentioned sometimes it's harder to ID, like with a whole bunch of stuff is at play. But yeah, that's probably going to clear up a little bit in the coming years. So while we're on that subject, let's talk about that a little bit. How you feel about it?
I'm excited, honestly. When so everyone's trying to chase, I mean, not everyone's chasing. Everyone wants to do their own niche, but in the reality, all these genetics hundreds of people have, and they're all working very similar stuff. Everyone has a little bit of different spin on it. So when people say quit chasing, I mean, what are you chasing? You want to have fun. You want to make fun stuff, right? So when I was looking at, these.
What's good, Rob? Moon, what's good? Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. When I was looking at like triple viz, like the Xanthic DG clown, that thing,
that's sick, bro.
that was sick. And then it got me really thinking like, man, the future is really in multi-recessives. Maybe not this year or next year, in 3, 4, 5 years. And so I was like, okay, how can I get ahead of it and make multi-het? So I found this Krypton triple het DG G-stripe Pied. So basically he's 5 hets, or a visual and triple het, however you want to look at him. And with genetic testing, I was like, man, I could get crazy with this. I could put him to, double viz girls. I could put him to 5, 6 gene breeder girls and just make an army of, from 2 to 7 het girls and just raise them up for the future. And with genetic testing, it really helps, so I'm not wasting the pairings of the, not wasting a holdback spot or wasting, the future, like pairing something that's not going to prove out, So this genetic testing is it's really good for the hobby. It's going to help ID a lot of things. I have a feeling it's going to become the standard, like everyone's going to be like, is that genetic tested? Is that?
Yeah.
So it's the cost of production may go up a little bit. I was talking to clown scientists about that actually a couple of weeks ago, like how it's $50 on every snake you test. Granted, the hets, like it will work out more because you could actually tell what your hets are and get better prices on them. But some people are going to be, I'm not going to buy that without genetic testing. So kind of the lower level breeders who, I don't want to say they put all the, they invested a lot up front. It's been costing them, it might be a little bit harder for them to move animals. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating, we really don't know.
Yeah, we really don't know. Like I got my thoughts too. Like I feel like I agree with you 100% in the sense that it's going to become the standard. Like I feel like over time, like I don't know like what that timeline looks like. Like, is that going to be 1 year from now? Is it going to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now? But I feel like at some point in the not too distant future, it's going to be the standard, especially once the whole process gets more standardized and easier to access. And then, especially as they start rolling out more tests, because I know right now they can test for specific ones. They're working on some other ones. It was a podcast the other day where the guy from I think Rare Genetics was on there. He was on the Snakes and the Fat Man. I hadn't had a chance to look at it, but I definitely want to go check that out. But he was giving some more information about it apparently. But you know what I'm saying? With them rolling out more tests and stuff like that and making it more of a standardized process, it's only a matter of time before it's like the way we do business, right?
Mhm.
Like it or not, that's where we're headed.
Yes, sir. I do have a question. I don't know if you're like, so with the sport cards, when they kind of exploded the last 2 years, like the sport card hobby and the sports memorabilia hobby, it kind of backed, like when everyone wanted to send their cards to get graded, but it would they were backed up a year. So I wonder if with everyone sitting in sheds, if they're going to get backed up, hopefully they could expand and hopefully there's other companies that eventually do it. But is there going to be such a backlog on 20,000 sheds, that people are going to be waiting 6 months to get results on their animals? Or that's kind of,
if it's male, you can grow them up pretty quickly. You're almost there.
Yeah.
You're not that far away.
Proving out.
Prove them out.
Clutches before I get back.
Yeah, like I said, I want to go check that episode out. I heard some people talking about it, but I was just kind of picking up bits and pieces because I was feeding animals while I was listening to a Zoom call and some folks was talking about it. But yeah, I wanna check that out. So Will was on the show last week, and he made a bunch of valid points too, just like the excitement of proving out a pos het animal that's gonna kind of be stripped away. I've never been through that, but I would like to go through it because I imagine that's pretty exciting. So I may do a little something on the side just to see. You want to go through it, right? And so that's part of it. And then it's gonna speed up some projects too, right? So people can get to a goal quicker. So like, what kind of pressure is that gonna have on the market? You know what I mean? Like, and are we just like speeding through? Like he brought up a bunch of valid points. He wasn't completely in favor of it, but he did concede that that's the way the market is going. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he had like a whole bunch of shares he was about to send off. I mean, because you gotta play the game, right? So in the game, you gotta play by the rules. So it is what it is, as far as that goes. But yeah, he brought up a bunch of good points too. And then he said,
go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say he brought up another good point too, in the sense that really now with the genetic testing, the recessives are going to kind of be like codoms in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can breed an Inchie, you breed an Inchie in the next generation, you can see Inchie in that parent. With the genetic testing, you can breed a pos het clown or a het clown, you know what I'm saying, and you can get it tested. And now really functionally, you got to pay a little bit more, you got to go through another step, but functionally, you're able to get the same information from that very next generation.
Instant results, right? I like that a lot. Great way to look at it, honestly. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool to look at it like a codom, because you're right. And so that's why I would, like, for an example, that Krypton triple het, he's going to, like, let's just say a 5-gene girl right now. All those, like you said, you'll be able to prove out that generation right away if they're, double het, triple het, quad hets, or whatever they may be. It makes it a lot more fun, I mean, the pos het proven out, I'm not gonna lie, that is a lot of fun. I had a couple prove out this year that I had no idea. I did like an ODL belly dreamsicle to a pied, and I hit dreamsicle. So I was like, what? I mean, that was a good surprise. I'll take that.
Yeah.
My heart's beating when I cut it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
I'm like looking at the tag. I'm like, and so I started like full blown panic. So I hit a pretty cool clutch, and
you probably sounded like Matt when he hit Cypher's Clown. He sounded like Ric Flair.
Oh! Man, he has energy always, man. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yes, sir.
He has fun. And that's a passion, you see the passion in his face. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Those are the type of people I like talking to, the people who are passionate about it. Like, yeah, it's a business. It became more of a business. Like, it's always a hobby to me. It's always a hobby. I love the planning. I love the planning. I obsess always. I'm like I have a whiteboard. I'll be like doing the planning with it, mapping it out. Clown Scientist would help me in Reno. He'd come over once a week and help me map projects. And we would just like kind of talk about genetics and how far you can really push it. And then Justin releases this crazy redhead, I mean, whatever it is, spot nose, red stripe, yellow belly, OD. I don't even know. But and then he says a comment where, pick a lane and max it out, just have fun. And that's what it is. Have fun with whatever you want to work. I mean, you can do that with any gene, like Hurricane, max out Hurricane and Clown. There's so much to do still.
Exactly. There's a lot.
Then it all starts when you add DG.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, bro. Like, think about all the dope single recessive combos that's out there.
Yes, sir.
Like, let's just go with clown combos. Now add DG. Now add hypo.
Yeah.
So you got hypo clown versions of those, hypo DG versions of those. Well, hell, add both. Now you got hypo DG clown versions. Like, it's so much to be done, right? So it's endless. And then new genes coming out. So it's like it's so much to be done. And it's like always something to look forward to. Always.
Yeah. I mean, we're with how many new genes are always popping up. I mean, for example, Dave Kaufman.
Okay.
Had all those African imports for sale. Every one of those looked like they could have been a new gene. Every one of them was different. And so we don't even know what's still out there. He said he found a green ball python. If it is genetic, and if this is
a green ball python.
Yeah, in one of his videos where he was talking about like the stuff he found in Africa, at the end he said he found a green ball python.
Oh wow! Like,
and then
did he show a picture?
Nope. Why not? I want to see the picture. You know what I'm saying? You can't tease like that.
Right.
Like that, man. But he says he wants to prove it genetic. And so let's just hypothetically say that is genetic. If you add green into everything, give me a break. Start making green Pompeii clowns.
That's a whole new palette.
Yes, sir. So
a whole new palette.
Green palette. So
like, I wonder how green, like, are we talking like it's kind of green looking, it's olive, something someone might call green?
Yeah.
Or is it like
neon
chondro green?
Yeah, chondro, yeah, exactly. Man, who knows? I really don't know. I messaged him and he said he wants to prove it genetic, and I was like, okay, I'll leave it at that, man. So I'm excited, man. The hobby.
That would be insane.
There's, with lace. Some people were working lace. My friend Chris Dobbs had a lot.
What's up, Chris?
And now, lace just like blew up this year. So now all these combos like that were made, the Pompeii, everyone's gonna start adding lace to it, and it's going to be a total new extreme, clowns being hatched next year that are, lace Pompeii combos or lace Batman combo. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited for this hobby.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to next season. Like, I've been looking forward to next season since the beginning of this season. And I got a feeling it's gonna be like that every year. Like, always looking forward to next season. Looking forward to next season.
Packs are growing up and they're almost there, and you're like, oh, I got all this nice stuff pairing, but I want this stuff already.
Yeah.
And all your stuff that's right here, like, I need this stuff to hurry up. So.
And some of them grow up, bro. Like, before you know it. Like, I got two girls in there. They're clutch mates. They're about 300 grams apart. But one of them, and they eat like same cadence every week, right? Or every time I feed them, because I always skip 1 week, but basically every week.
Okay.
300 grams apart. One of them just way bigger than the other one. And I'm like, dang, like, are you going to be ready next year? Because she might be.
It's crazy. And then it's crazy to see, like, same parents, same food schedule, same tub, same humidity, same everything.
Yeah.
And they're, twice the size apart. And I kept a bunch of girls and had that same issue. They were all, siblings within 2 clutches, 3 clutches of each other. They all grew up together. I mean, some are 1,000 grams and others are like 400 grams. I was like, what the you're not going to be ready next year. You're going to go on year 2 and they eat the same. They always eat. Like, it's weird how differently. That's nature, but still it's frustrating, a little bit frustrating when you dedicate a whole back spot to it and it just doesn't want to grow at all.
Because I had these girls slotted in, so not for the 2023 season, but the 2024 season.
Okay.
But this one girl looks like she might make it 2023, especially like with the timing of my girls. Like, I had a late season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got stuff that still about to be laid. Like, I got one girl that as soon as we get off the show, I'm gonna go check and see if she's laid yet. I got another girl that's like maybe 2 weeks behind her. I got another girl that's probably about 3 or 4 weeks behind her, and I got one more. So I got four more clutches altogether for this year. That should be here within the next month.
Man,
All my girls went late,
all of them. How many did you breed?
so I have 10 clutches this year.
In clutch.
Yeah, so
How many
every
girls
girl that went ended up going late.
breed that didn't go?
Uh, so far only one.
Man, that's good odds. That's good luck.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
So far, only one, and I don't know what she's gonna do. Like her follicles she hadn't resorbed the follicles,
hmm
but they're not growing either. So I don't know what she's gonna do. And I
Man,
haven't ultrasounded for like 3, 4 weeks now, because most of the girls was like at the point of no return. So I
hmm
hadn't started back up ultrasounding like on a regular basis. I need to ultrasound that one girl just to see where she's at. But I mean, if she
hmm
goes, she goes. If she don't go, she don't go.
Is she on food right now or no?
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So,
Sometimes a little trick I learned from a breeder back in the day is like if you have a girl who's kind of, I mean, I don't know how true it is. I mean, I've done it and I've had pretty good success. If they're on that, like, you don't know if they're going to go or not, if you feed them a little bit heavier, sometimes it'll help them, kind of end up going because they have that extra weight. I mean, that's just something I heard back in the day and I've always kind of done it and I've had pretty
okay,
good. So maybe try it.
okay,
But
okay. So, about how many of your girls go? Like, if you had to put a percentage on it every year,
about 70%, honestly. I kind of
about 70.
Yeah, I've kind of revamped my whole collection the last 2 years and switched all to hets or visuals. I don't
Okay,
have codoms left, but I have about, well, so I have a huge package pending sale, actually. My buddy's buying a rack and like 15 girls.
oh
Um,
nice.
yeah, not just because I kind of want to invest in a high one powerhouse, or I'm not too sure, but they were kind of extra girls, and I didn't have another pied male for him, so there's like 7 visual pieds and a couple het pieds, so he's making out good. But um, so I have about 60 breeder girls, so about
Okay,
40, about 40 clutches, 45 clutches. This
okay.
and I mean that's a lot for me.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
lot.
a lot, bro. That's a
Yeah.
lot. Are
So
you the only one working in the snake room?
usually I am the only one in my snake room. Just in Reno, I had this clown scientist. He actually worked for me for a little bit, and then
Shout out to
he
Gage.
Yeah, Gage. He ended up breeding my rodents for me, and he helped me out a lot in Reno. Over here, I have a guy. He kind of cleans tubs and helps out with like my other stuff, like the cleaning and bedding of tubs. And my son helps with the bedding of tubs. But as
Okay,
far as stuff, I'm doing about 99% of it, and that's where
okay,
me being the 100% disabled vet, being at home all day, like I'll wake up at like 4 a.m. and go and get 3 hours done in the snake room, and then the rest of the day it's marketing. And so I try to do 2 to 3 hours a day every day, at least cleaning, spot cleaning, adding water,
okay.
setting up hatchlings. But man, 90% of this hobby is marketing, networking, trying to meet people. And I mean that's the fun part too, but
Yeah,
it,
that's definitely the fun part.
it
It's
is.
also a part I can definitely get better at.
Mhm.
Um, it's hard though, like when you be balancing, so you just gotta
you do
find
a
that
really
sweet spot.
do a really good job, man. Everyone's
I
talking about
appreciate it.
people talk.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
guess I was like, I know. I just talked to him for 45 minutes.
Say again.
No, at the Daytona, they're like, man, that's Mike from Herp Collectors.
Oh wow, wow, that makes me feel good.
You sign any autographs at Daytona?
Nah, nah, bro. Like it was so Daytona was the first time like we really officially stepped. Well, I take that back, or I'll reword it. It was the first time we stepped to a major show like it's Herp Collectors because this was our third Daytona, but it was only the first time that we came like as Herp Collectors, right? So the first time it was just we was there. The second time, we hadn't quite branded as Herp Collectors. It was in the works at the time, but
Mhm.
we hadn't really came out. And then this was the first year as Herp Collectors. The only other show we went to like as Herp Collectors was a show in Valdosta, which I'm sure you've heard of by now, um, being in this area. And so Tinley's gonna be the next show. So
Man, they better
definitely
have.
trying to get that name out there.
Man, you're gonna have a lot of people wanting to take pictures with you out there. I already know it, man. You're gonna.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I get to meet a whole bunch of people in person. Nicole gonna be there, Justin gonna be there, Justin Both Justins, Justin from Pipeline, Justin Thomas from Armless Angels. It's gonna be a lot of people there. You get to see Keys again. It's gonna be a lot of folks there.
Justin Thomas is he's a good dude too. He's been my friend for
Oh
a
yeah,
long. Watched his come up the last 4 or 5 years. He has some badass stuff.
bro, he's producing some sick stuff. Like,
And I'm pretty sure he's gonna have like triple viz this upcoming season. I think like a DG Kryptons, visual DG clowns, and cryptic stuff. So with like spot nose yellow belly in it, man, nice.
right. He had some a clown combo, not a clown combo. Well, he had a clown combo the other day, but it was a pie combo. I forget what was in it, but I
Super
think it.
banana yellow belly pied hypopied.
Yeah, bro, that was so sick in the egg.
Girl, I sold him the girl. That's
Oh,
her,
word.
yeah, 12 of her sisters in my racks.
Yeah, like bro, it was so bright in the egg, so I can only imagine how it's gonna look once it's shed out, bro.
It's glowing, man. It's glowing. And
Yeah, like you gotta put on shades to look at the picture.
he hit a lot of nice pied stuff. He hit those other pieds that just into the video on that was peak pied, and
Yeah, with the Gen X in the mix.
yep, it's cool to see what he's hitting now.
Yeah, he hitting some crazy stuff. The OD Cypress combos, bro. Like he just
Oh yeah, all
killing
those
it, bro.
there. I think there's something else in his in his Cypress, because looking at his Cypress leopard fire clown stuff, it's way better than 99% of the Cypress stuff out there. I don't know if you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's nice, bro.
Mm-hmm. And he always is telling me to check out your show as well. So he's like, LeGrand's on your show. Go on there right now. He's like, hurry up, go see Mike. Go. Like, you did a good job with your logo and your brand. I'm super impressed. Like, I always judge people. Like, I always look at logos. I always look at brands. And I mean, I have my master's in business, so I love business.
Oh, nice. That's what's up.
I love business, and you did a really beautiful job with your brand. I'm impressed.
Appreciate it, bro. You did your MBA or
Yeah, I got my master's in business with emphasis in marketing. So
okay. That's what's up.
I was working as a sales manager for a big company, and then my 100% disability came through. So I was like, okay, well, let me do the rodent. So I did large scale rodent breeding for a while. And that was the worst thing. That was the worst thing ever. I was having nightmares I would sell most live, but a lot of pet stores wanted frozen, so they would order like 3,000 live, and then they would like want 5,000 frozen mediums. So packaging that, man, it got hard. So I shut that down, and never again. So I buy my rodents. I'll buy all my.
Yeah, man. Your logo real clean too. That's what I like about it. Like it's like super clean, super simple. You can apply it in a whole bunch of different mediums, and so yeah, that's dope too, bro.
I appreciate it. I wanted my old business was Golden State Well, first it was Bad to the Ball pythons, like Bad to the Balls was a little, and then when I opened the rodent business, I switched it to Golden State Rodents. That was actually a pretty good brand, like because the Warriors just won the championship, so everyone, it was just perfect.
Okay.
And I had
a sweet so you can ride the wave.
Yep, I had a sweet logo for it, and it really took off actually. And then when I went back to ball pythons, I was like, I want something more serious, but I don't want to limit myself just to ball pythons if I had to, that's all I work, but I didn't want to limit myself to that. So I wanted and so I'm like pushing around my cart, buying snake tubs to go hatch out eggs, and at Home Depot, thinking about what I can name my company. And Morph Depot, I was like, that's perfect. So
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I like it, bro.
Thank you, man.
Nice ring to it.
My mouth's getting all dry.
Yeah. I take a whole bunch of sips all throughout the show.
It helps a lot, actually.
Oh yeah.
Talking more every time I take a sip.
So you moved from Reno to Ocala. What led to that move?
So my sister made the Junior Olympic equestrian team. So she was 16, and she took second in the country in horseback riding.
Okay, Ocala is like the mecca of horseback.
Yeah, so my mom, they bought a ranch, and we wanted to move back to California, where I'm from, and we were just getting ready to move, and they're like, come to Florida. Well, we came out to Florida, and we love it. It's beautiful. And however, we may be moving back to the West Coast,
Yeah, I remember hearing you say that on Key's show because you got a job opportunity out there.
Yes, sir. I got my dad. He does all the fixture installs for Dick's Sporting Goods and Best Buy.
Okay.
His partner is actually retiring, so he's buying out his partner. Well, his partner kind of runs the business, the office, the accounting, the QuickBooks. So he
Okay.
really wants to step into a role. Since I do have my MBA, and he kind of wants me to step into a role and help him run the office because he doesn't want to do it forever. So it's but
Understandable.
he has about 200 employees, so he's always busy, always on the road.
Nice.
It's high stress for him, so he
Yeah.
wants me in there to help. So it's a pretty
Okay.
cool opportunity for me and a big step. So I'm really considering it. We'll know around December time what we're doing for sure.
No, in December. Okay.
But we
So
love it here. I don't want to leave.
yeah, I definitely got to make it down there, bro.
Yeah,
Before then, for sure.
we'll do a big barbecue or something.
It's a lot easier to get to Ocala than it is for me to get to the West Coast.
And you're in Gainesville, right?
Gainesville, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so about
you're all.
40 minutes away, tops.
Yep. It's
Tops.
my wife works in Gainesville at
Okay.
UC. Oh my God, HCA Healthcare. She's a NICU nurse over there at that hospital. So
Okay, that's what's up. That's
she
what's
loves
up, bro. So how was the move in terms of like moving all of the reptiles and stuff? Talk a little bit about what went into that process, the
Oh man,
planning, the logistics, all of that.
I obsessed about it for about 6 months on how I was going to do it because I had gravid girls, I had eggs, I had man, it was a rough, like, just the mental process. It was a lot of stress. And then when it was time to move, we basically loaded up the U-Hauls, got everything out of the house in the U-Haul, sent the U-Haul on its way. All that was left was my snake room, and I had my truck and trailer, and I had my Subaru. And I ordered a bunch of these flat, like the big plastic tubs that go under beds and stuff that are pretty flat.
Okay.
And so the cloud scientist came over and helped me break down every snake, label every
Oh,
bag.
that's what's up.
Yeah, man, he came through big for me. Break down every rack, break down every tub, dump out every tub. Man, we probably had 200 snakes broken down, and my racks are all upstairs, like upstairs. The ground is icy, snow on the my whole walkway. I slipped and like wrecked my ACL, wrecked
Oh, dang, bro.
my shoulder's still messed up. I need surgery on. I slipped on the ice and fell. So he came through and helped me. I put all my eggs at his house for him to hatch out and then ship to me after he got them started. So he came
So
through.
what month was this?
This was January 1st.
Okay.
January, right in the middle of winter. In Reno,
Okay.
freezing cold. But so I bagged up all these snakes, and then I folded the seats down in the Subaru, and I stacked up these big long tubs that go under the bed with like 10 snakes in each one, with 2 heat packs on each side. They were nice and toasty the whole way. All my gravid girls, I put in individual like 12 by 9 by 6 boxes because I wanted them to here. None of them laid. I had like 4 girls lay in the first 2 weeks I got here, though. So
Oh, wow.
no slugs in the first 4 clutches that were.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I thought this move was gonna wreck my year, but I still had great success, and it actually.
You produced what, 45 clutches or so? You said.
So this year, yeah, I had about. So I still have about 15 in the incubator, but I had 38 clutches. I've been females recently, so I'm a little bit higher number than I have right now than when I started the year. But beginning of the year, I bred, or I guess last October, November, December, I bred about 45 girls, and then 38 of them laid out of those 45. So it was pretty good odds. And then I added another 15, and all those girls have been breeding. So they're all set to drop. The thing I like about Florida is you got year-round breeding with the humidity. I mean, in Nevada, it's super dry, no humidity. Here, I feel like my stuff, I had boys in Nevada that wouldn't lock, that locked here instantly. So,
oh, nice.
This Florida weather is different, way different.
Yeah. For better or for worse.
Summer was for worse, but honestly, everyone made it like the humidity. I love it. Like, this weather's perfect right now. I was like, aside from the hurricane, being from the West Coast and dealing with a hurricane, let me tell you, I thought I was gonna die. Like I know a lot of people did. I don't want to joke about it because it's messed up, but
Right.
the news media is telling everyone this is gonna be the deadliest hurricane. I was terrified.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. I can only imagine. I mean, even living here, you don't ever get used to it, right? Like, because the original projections was for it to come like right through Gainesville, right through Ocala, and so like you wondering, you're like, all right, so what do I do? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we go ahead and evacuate, or do
Yes.
we just kind of wait and hold it down? I already knew like what my plan was going to be for my animals. You know what I'm saying? I got all my containers ready. I got like all the storage piece of that ready. I've got like backup like heat that I can use in a pinch. I already knew like how everything was gonna be stored together, like as far as my males, my hatchlings, my females, girls that was gravid, girls that are gravid. So like I knew, but still like I've never had to like break down, because I mean we only been doing this since April, May 2020, something like that.
Okay.
So we haven't been doing it long, and so in that time frame, I've never had to like just break everything down in a pinch. So I was scared, and it's not just the snakes. I mean, we got obviously kids, like our kids older, but we still got kids. We got dogs. We got ASFs. We got a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying,
A lot
to
of stuff
get
for your
in order, right? And so we were gonna split, right? So all the reptile stuff was gonna be in my truck, and then my wife was gonna have like the kids and the dogs, and so like we knew what we wanted to do, but having a plan and executing a plan is two different things, right? So
yes,
you got
it
to do
is.
your best, right? And so I'm thinking about like changing the way I've got certain things structured in the room, just to make it a little bit more easier. Because like I was just super paranoid, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like super paranoid. Like I was eyeing that thing so much, like the radar and stuff like that, and so it was super unfortunate. Folks in Central Florida and Southwest Florida, so I really feel for those folks. But we were fortunate. We were blessed that it didn't come through here the way it was projected to come through here.
We were lucky. We were lucky. I mean, we had and this is another reason we had a storm, like a freak storm in the summer. It was one day. It knocked down like 8 trees on my property. It took out power lines for like 3-4 days. And this was like a little, but it wasn't. It was pretty big. Like it felt big. And they're saying, "Oh, that's nothing compared to what we're going to go through." And then it just you watch the radar. It's like this, and then 2 hours later, it's like this, and then it slowly curved and went around us and went up. So we got lucky, but all the gas stations were sold out of gas. I mean, I have a generator, but I didn't have that many gas tanks. I had a couple. I had 1 5 gallon and a couple small 1 gallons, and I'm like, well, that will last me one day, or maybe a day or two. I mean, if I lost power for a week, what am I going to do with my animals? So
Right.
super stressful trying to find gas, and I mean, then you go to a gas station and there's 100 people, there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
up. Then you get to the pump and there's no gas in there, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
No gas. I remember one year, bro. No lie. This is even before the snakes. There was a hurricane coming, and everybody started getting gas like crazy. They ran out of gas, and there was like no gas at any gas station. There was supposed to be a gas truck that was coming like early that morning. I had to sleep at the pump, bro. Like,
No way.
yeah, I had to sleep at the pump
Wow.
because we needed to get out soon, and so I didn't want to not have gas, and we was kind of stuck, and so I had to do what I had to do
Wow.
in a pinch,
Go through right there.
and so that was like that might have been like 5, 6 years ago. I forget which hurricane it was. It was the one where I don't know if you remember this, and you might not because you were on the West Coast at the time, but it was one where you know how you look at it on the radar, like it looked like a skull. Like it was
No way.
crazy. Yeah, and that one actually did come through. It did a lot of damage in here, but we had left by that time. By the time it came through,
Oh, that's
but it
good.
was just the anticipation of it coming through, and so everybody was getting all the gas, and the gas lines be long. People
Mhm.
started doing that early, start buying up all the water, just all that.
Man, it's crazy how everything's fine, and then a little bit of panic. Everything's off the shelves. People
Yeah,
run thousands of dollars on food just to stock up for a few days. Like it was, I was just going to get water just in case, and a few like canned stuff. And you see like ladies with like, she was just grabbing cases of cans, and she probably had 20, 20 times, probably 400 cans in her cart. I was like, what are you gonna? That's more food than a year. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you
That's
gotta.
a lot, bro.
That's what I like in line waiting to check out an hour and a half at Walmart. I was like, man, I'm gonna go fill up
They
a.
didn't have a limit either, because I know some stores
Nope.
they'll put a limit on it, like say you can only get X amount of this or X amount of that.
They should have. I saw Home Depot put a limit on the waters and other places, but there's no limits. It was ridiculous. Like I was like, save some for the other people. You know what I'm saying? But that there's like 400 cans. I was like, how hungry are you gonna be? If worst case scenario, you lose power for a week or 2 weeks. You know, like, and if something does happen to your house, are you just gonna put all the cans in your car and go drive eat the cans? So, I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe she was donating it, and I'm a horrible person. But
Yeah, she could have been donating it, so
yeah,
we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Shout out to that lady.
I'll say shout out to Karen in front of me.
So, what advice do you have for new breeders getting into the hobby? Like, if you can go back in time and give yourself some advice, let's say that, what would you
Okay,
say?
I'll start off with the most cliche one first. Breed what you like, because half the time you're gonna be sitting on this animal for 6 months. So if you have ugly animals in your rack, I mean, it's a lot more nicer when you're opening up tubs that you enjoy looking at the animals, versus
100%.
so. But breed what you like, because that will motivate you to kind of like think further and push your genes further. If you're just producing for money, you're just gonna kind of make whatever animals. So
Whatever.
yeah, so be passionate about what you're working with. Stay focused. Okay, this is another one. Stay focused. Don't buy like 10 males and then 10 females. Like a project male could really breed 4 or 5 animals. So before you go off and buy another male, make sure you got 3 or 4 girls for that first male. And that brings me to another thing: is invest in your males. Like if you're gonna invest in something, don't buy a $2,000. Like everyone's different points in their collection, but if you're just starting out, don't spend all your money on hatchling females. When you could go buy a few breeder females for a lot less money and invest into a nice male, pair it, produce amazing animals, stuff you want to like, and learn the ropes. Like by producing clutches, you're learning how to sell animals, you're building a name for yourself, you're learning how to care for hatchlings, and then you start investing into those girls or those specific project animals. But being specific on what you add at first is like the most important part. And another thing is, don't talk shit about other breeders to other breeders via message, because you don't know if they're friends with them. You don't know if they're screenshotting and showing someone. If you're gonna do your shit talking, do it face to face or on video. You know what I'm saying? Don't. So those are just a few little things that people could take a long way. But it's really, everyone works this differently. There's no right way to do it. I mean, there are wrong ways, but there's better ways and more efficient ways. But that's all part of the process and learning and grinding and going through the motions. Going through the plan. Like, I mean, just for an example, I have plans of doing projects, and then 6 months into it, I'm like, man, what was I thinking? I'm selling it off. But no, there's so many, like, I could give advice all day long, but or just different things to do. But the best advice is just do it yourself and go through it, grind. Don't get discouraged. There's so many ups in this hobby. There's a lot of ups, but there's a lot of downs too.
True.
And animals could, like, random hatchlings, just my friend hatched out a beautiful clutch of hatchlings, high-end hatchlings, and one by one they died off
Oh,
before.
wow.
Yeah, so the last 2 had their first shed, and by the time they got in the rack, they ended up passing. They didn't have sharp.
Wow. That
They all
sucks.
absorbed their eggs, and he didn't know what happened. All his other clutches were fine. It's part of it. I did a Wookie yellow belly to a OD spider clown and hit some incredible animals, but they all had shark mouth, all
Oh,
of them,
wow.
a whole
Wow.
clutch. And not just the Wookie spider, but the Wookie yellow belly OD het clown had shark mouth. So
That's
you,
one of the things that Will said. The way he put it made sense. If if you've got livestock, at some point you're gonna have dead stock
yep,
when you're
it's
working with a whole bunch of animals. So it's a part of the hobby that sucks.
the Chris Killian, who's in this chat. he fists cows for a living. He like breeds cows by like putting his arm up there for Outback Steakhouse. He works with like 400 cows. He sticks his arm elbow deep in cows' asses all day, so he could afford my snakes. He said it himself, just like that. He no,
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
God, you're right. But he said that even in that industry, you have animals that pass away, like healthy cows that are breeding that just randomly will pass. So you just gotta expect it to happen. But it sucks, you know.
It sucks, yeah.
It's an animal you put time into, an animal you raised, you know, and I mean it happens, but like you could, you know it's gonna happen. Like eventually you're gonna lose something, or but it doesn't make it any, you know, better when it, you know, like if it happens, it still
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. 100%. It sucks. Yeah, so somewhat of a hot seat question. So out of the advice you just gave, have you ever did any of those things like the opposite way?
Every one of
Like
them.
did you learn every one of
Every,
them?
I've messed up so many times in this hobby, and I mean, for
So
example,
speak to some. Okay, there you go.
for example, I bought a bunch of powerful females like my second or third year. Like at the time, they were like lesser GHI champagne.
Okay,
They were really
that's good,
beautiful.
Will.
They were beautiful, beautiful girls at the time, but they were like $1,200 each, $1,000 each, and I bought like 4 of them in a package for like $3,500. But at that same time, you know, this was 6 years ago. I could have bought 6 or 7 fire clown girls, you know, maybe for just a similar, maybe not that many, but like 3 or 4 fire clown girls, same size, same price, raised them up and bred those combo clowns versus, you know, lesser GHI combos and making codoms. So if I would have just invested in a really nice male and a couple normal female, I could have made a lot of nice animals and use those to help further my investment, you know, later on. You know, if I'm producing banana OD pies and they're selling, you know, 5 years ago for $1,500, $1,600, I could have used all those monies to go and invest into a monsoon or something like that. So
Yeah.
Another advice I have done is I talk shit on a breeder. I hated him. I you know, and he rubbed me the wrong way. He was just a total dick, and I'm not gonna say his name, but the person I was talking to screenshot it and showed it. He's like, "You got a problem with me?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You're an asshole." Like, then we worked it out and everything was cool. We've been good since, but
That's what's up.
you know, it happens, and so even if someone's your friend, you just really, you know, never know. So shit talking is the way to do it. Or to their face, either one. But
That's what's up. One of the things I did when I first got into it, I talk about this all the time, is I bought a lot of like lower end animals from the get go, like simple like codoms, and so like now we're going through the process of transitioning a lot of those girls out. I don't know if you can like see stickers on my
I can see
hubs
some
right now, but there's some stickers on there. So there's like red and then there's green, and so like the red ones are the ones where it's just a codon or just a codon combo, because I want every animal in our collection to at the very least be hit for something. Maybe double hit, maybe a visual hit for something else, or just whatever, you know what I mean? Like some involved in a recessive project in some shape, form, or fashion. And so we went through and marked all our codom animals. Then we went back through and put stickers on them, like green stickers for the ones that we want to work, because we want to work those genes into the recessive stuff and our best routing and based on what we got in the collection. And some of those ones that are just red, those are the ones like we're really thinking about. All right, so what do I want to do with this animal? Some of those girls produced this year. Some of those males produced this year. Well, one of the males produced this year, but we are moving a lot of those out because ultimately, like I said, I want everything to be involved in a recessive project in some shape, form, or fashion.
Yes, I totally agree. Like I have nothing against codoms. I love stacked codoms.
Oh, me either. Me either.
But with just how the palette, you know, just being the creative, you know, being more creative is just having an extra het in there. It gives you so much more opportunity to make different stuff, you know. So that's why I like having at least hets in my collection.
100%. Have you produced any like multi recessives yet?
I hit some Xanthic pied, hit albinos. I hit
Okay.
what else? I hit some clown pieds,
Oh,
but
nice.
this year, and that this year is my I made quad hets. I made quad het xanthic pied clown albinos, and they have a couple genes mixed in there as well.
Oh, nice.
Pastel mahogany, and so it's a pretty cool project. And then I made
Yeah.
triple het. This was the year of the het for me. I really wanted to.
Build that army.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I want to do. I was like, okay, I'm going to dedicate a whole 1065 just to multi-het girls, and that's what I basically executed. Like like we said, make the plan and execute it. Right. I
Yeah.
fully filled up my 1065. I got this 39 empty right here, but that's sold. So that's part of the stuff, that package that's sold. But I got two
Gotcha.
65s full, one for sales animals, one for holdbacks. But I want to make my goal is just to make those hets, raise them up, and then at least I have the opportunity to have shots at hypo clown pieds or.
Gotcha.
It's hard when you got to buy a triple het girl, as like for example, 1,000-gram triple het girl might be 3-4K. It's cheaper to buy a hypopide and put it to a clown. It's a little bit longer, and you got to
Yeah.
hope good sex odds. But if you're limited on funds, that's
Yeah.
that's the way.
Time is the trade-off for the
Yeah,
money.
that's exactly what it is. And for
So
me,
what's your holdback strategy? Like, are you holding back all your females? You just holding back the most powerful females? I know a lot of people go about it different ways.
um, so I have a lot of like the diversity with clown genetics. So I'm going to be producing a lot of crazier clowns this upcoming season. Same with pieds, and you can find combo pieds, you can find combo clowns. You're just going to have to pay for it. The stuff you can't really find are the triple hets, the quad hets, and if you do, you're going to be paying out your butt for them. So my philosophy or my kind of take on or strategy was sell all my clowns and pied girls and boys, invest into what I need for like powerhouse males.
Okay.
All my multi hets, I was like, I'm just keeping every female because, in my opinion, $1,000 for a triple het hypo. So I made 3 Pastavi triple het hypo clown pieds, and they were all 3 females, and I was like,
Oh,
holy, like,
nice.
yeah, I was like, and then all the other
Kill the
normals,
odds.
yeah, I killed it. The pastel, the 2 normals were males. And I was like, well, I'm keeping these 3 girls. And then when I was looking at the price online, I was like, oh, they're probably like $1,200 to $1,500. And I was like, man, it's not worth it. I would rather just keep those, raise them up for the future, and have shots at hypo clown Pastavi pieds. So, that's that. Keep the multi-het girls because they're worth their weight in gold. Honestly, they will be worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, that's
When
what's up.
1,000 grams, So I use the clowns and the pieds to invest or help me trade or invest into better males.
Okay. And then speaking of trade, you mentioned a lot of trades, but can you speak specifically to the trade that you did for those most recent, like the internet sensation ball
Yeah.
pythons?
So I traded the rainbow boa clown, and then we call the other one the retic clown because it's so busy, like a retic. I traded those 2 and a few other nice clown combo girls. So there's like 5 or 6 really nice clown girls, and I traded them for 22 breeder females, 12 of which were like visual clown. I got an OD banana clown breeder girl at 3,000 grams. I got
Nice.
a cinnamon yellow belly clown at like 2,500 grams. Lesser yellow belly clown at 4,000 grams. And then I got these 2-inchy OD fire yellow belly het clowns. They're all breeder girls, all
Nice.
het clowns. A pastel chocolate het clown. He really wanted to, he didn't really want to breed this year. He kind of was selling off his breeder girls. And how's it going, Ray? And he was selling off his breeder girls. And when he saw my clowns, he was like, man, I gotta have that. I'm like, well, dude, I got offers for 20 G's on each one of them. I got offers to do YouTube videos with some big dogs. It would be great for my business. I mean, I got offered. I had trades for a stranger banana yellow belly clown male for one of those girls, and I almost took that one. I almost took that. I was close, but
Yeah, that one sounds tempting.
yeah, but at the same time, they're a lot bigger breeders than me, and giving them something that I'm working, because I still have the parents and could redo that pairing. And I recreated the son, so I could always put him to the mom, and he's a little different, so I could put him back to the mom, or not the mom, yeah, the crazy mom or whatever, the normal het clown. She was a normal het clown, and she spit out some crazy animals, whatever they may be. But I have this OD banana. The reason I did it was because I have a Bongo GHI lesser clown. I really love Bongo, but Bongo needs yellow belly. So I wanted all those yellow belly girls, the OD Inchy Fire yellow belly het clown. And I would pull them out. I paired all my powerful stuff like 2 days ago, and I was going to pull my males out, and I swear they already locked again, So,
Oh, dang.
And I can show you some of the girls.
Yeah, show some of them. I'm going to put you on solo.
I'll show them just to make
What's good, Hank?
So this girl is the cinnamon yellow belly clown. Where's the camera at? I'm trying to get a good angle on the camera. It's pretty hard. It's close. I don't know if it's showing up good. I apologize, you guys.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is a cinnamon yellow belly clown. She bred the Bongo GHI lesser clown, and she's already building follicles. So Bongo GHI lesser cinnamon yellow belly clowns with this girl. That was a big reason I made the trade.
Gotcha.
The OD banana clown I would pull out, but she's locked to the OD banana Inchy leopard spot nose het clown female maker.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, so I'll be making super OD, super banana, Inchy leopard spot nose clowns. So that was another big reason I made the trade is for that girl.
Okay.
Let me show you this girl. This is the lesser.
It's a big girl too.
Yeah, this is a lesser yellow belly clown. She bred a blackhead leopard het clown. So blackhead leopard lesser yellow belly clowns with this girl.
For those who might be listening later via a podcast platform, definitely go check out the YouTube video so you can see the heat he pulling out.
What else? And then oops.
And shout out to Hank too, Big Tank Hank, for putting me on this Anchor platform, because that's how we got on the podcast platform, all because of his recommendation. So I appreciate it, brother.
He sent me a few of these girls that were a little bit smaller in like the 1,300 gram range, but I'm pretty sure they're all fire clowns. He sent 3 of them, and 2 are labeled normals, but this
does that one have blade in it?
No, I think it's a fire clown, maybe fire blade, but it's super reduced. A lot of the girls I got from him are very reduced, so blade could be floating in it. It was sold.
They look a lot like my blade clown female.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he traded a lot that were normal clowns, but he got them in a package deal a long time ago as hatchlings, so they could other genes. This girl, I would love to. She's paired. This one, she's a cool girl. I got this one in the deal too. This is a pastel leopard highway breeder girl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got her just for fun to kind of make stack. I've always wanted to make a highway, so this girl is going to be. But I decided not to make a highway. I'm going to put the Krypton triple het DG stripe pied to this girl.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm going to have to send you a picture of the chocolate pavements I produced a couple weeks ago when they shed up.
Oh, that's sweet. I can't wait to see it. I got to see more pictures of your stuff. I got some of these fresh clowns that just hatched out. They're going to be going through shed. I think these are Superfly.
Oh, those are the ones that just hatched last week, right?
Yeah, they just came out actually like 3 days ago. I sent you the picture.
Nice.
Cut them like 4 days ago, but I'm pretty sure this has a granite gene. It might be motley. This is or carbon. I really don't know the granite genes floating in these animals because the male that was sold to me has been making weird babies every clutch. So I think this is I'll show a couple of them. These are they're all sisters. It was a pastel het clown mom to a red striped firefly leopard granite yellow belly clown. Oh, where am I? Where's the camera at?
You good? Like right there. Yeah, that's nice, bro.
So they're like one's yellow. They're kind of the reverse of each other. It's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, that is pretty dope.
where they're super blushed out. And then I
Love
hit,
how like the patterning on the side got like the busy dots and stuff in there. Like that's sick,
yeah,
bro. I
right.
like that a lot.
And then I hit this darker one, which I think is just like maybe a fire clown, fire granite clown, maybe red stripe. I don't think it's red stripe, but it's a
Was
pretty
red stripe in the
predominant.
pair?
It was.
Okay.
So it could be red stripe. So those are the three girls. I've killed it with all my clowns being girls. But then I hit these.
Yeah.
Then I hit these two boys that are identical. They're super funky, super bright, super washed out. So I'm pretty sure they're super pastel, fire red stripe, het clown males. Two of them.
You definitely killing it with the females, bro. Like
Yeah,
all your visuals hitting on females.
yeah, man. All the clowns I've hit were like 90%, like 90% females, honestly. So. Um, I mean, I wanted to make a lot of males to hold back and have backup males just in case, but you can't complain when you're hitting all visual clown females at all.
Yeah, can't complain at all, bro. Can't complain at all.
Camera messed up. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
I got holdbacks for days. I can show some more holdbacks. I don't know if you want me to show any more animals, but
Yeah, you can share some more.
All right, so these girls.
See what you're working with. Hey, so did you say DG G Stripe Pied visual? Ray's asking.
I got a crypto. So I had a pastel desert ghost G stripe, and I sold him. But I do have a Krypton triple het DG G stripe pied. So he's triple het, and then the Krypton, he's either, no matter what, he's going to pass down clown or cryptic het, and then possible 3 other hets getting passed down on top of it. But I'm putting him to an exanthic double. Ow, sorry, I'm getting bit by these snakes. They want to be shown off. They're feisty. So this is a banana. I have 10 girls like this because I bought a boy from Aussie 4 or 5 years ago. My first investment male was a banana OD, yellow belly, Gene X pied, het hypo, female,
nice.
Female maker. I took a small personal loan out for $5,000. I invested in that male, and after a year, he made me my money back and like 3 times as much and holdbacks.
Nice.
So I ended up selling all the visual banana pied girls, and I ended up keeping hets. And I got 4 or 5 breeder hets, and then these girls were from last season, and they're all pushing 1,000 grams, but they're banana OD yellow belly, possible Gene X, het pied, 50% het hypo girls, but they all have paradoxes. And
yeah,
I kept 10.
Nice ringer.
Got 10 at this size right here at the 1,000 gram mark. So I'm really heavily invested in a hypopied. I mean, it cost me a lot 4 years ago, but I kept all the girls I produced that were het because I knew I couldn't get the price I would for a visual. I was getting top dollar for visual banana OD yellow belly pieds, but as far as these hets go, I was, I would not get nearly the price point. So I was like, they're more valuable to me to hold back and breed, for the future. So
it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Getting big. They're ready for their breeder tubs. So
oh yeah,
I got 8 of them to move over tomorrow. What else? I'll show. Oh yes. Sorry, let me find a couple more you want to see.
Hypopod is a dope project too, and then like seeing the stuff that Justin Thomas just hatched, like it just made me want to pursue the project even more.
My male that's gonna go to all those girls is well, I might hit a visual, but he's a super OD inchy fire yellow belly leopard pied double het hypo ultra male. I would pull him out, but he's locked to OD double het. This boy is a pretty combo, actually. It's a Mojave Firefly OD clown, possible granite.
Oh, nice. You said that's a male?
It's a male. He's actually pulled back when I'm letting him go. He was one of my few males I actually hit. So
okay. Yeah, that's nice, bro.
Yeah, I like how like washed it is, and it's still pretty yellow, but some people don't like pastel clowns, but I don't like. Obviously, a single gene pastel clown as a breeder adult is going to be brown, but if you add like Mojave and some other colors into it, it actually makes it a pretty darn cool snake, and silverish and whitish, and it's just a different, unique look versus the darker clowns.
Yeah, you're working in the DG clown.
Yeah,
Enough
exactly.
said.
Low, right? So what else?
100%.
What else?
Yeah, my first clown female that I got was a pastel clown. And she has gotten dark over time. When she was gravid, though, she was super bright, obviously, and now she's gotten a little bit darker. Again, but yeah, I still like it.
So these girls, I like pastel clowns. Like even some of my breeder girls are kind of, they glow. Like, and I don't mind it. So these are all Huffman combos. They're all females. They're all Huffman combos, and they're all double het clown pied females. So
oh, nice.
I got this banana. This is kind of like my favorite one, but it's and they all want to bite me. They all are really good eaters, but
yeah, she ready to strike some.
Yeah, she's ready. This is a banana mystic Huffman pastel double het clown pied girl.
Okay.
So sweet, like she has a pair. You're gonna kill things. They're vicious. So then I'll show you the meanest one.
Those be the best eaters, though.
Yeah, look. Oh my goodness. She just bit herself. Good job. This is a.
Have you ever had one wrap itself, like bite and then wrap itself a little bit?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to pull it apart from itself. So this is a pat. Look at her striking herself on the camera. All these 8, they're all 8. They're just vicious. This is a pastel mystic Huffman double het clown pied girl. Great. I'm gonna have to pick all these up. It's gonna be a battle. This is a mystic Huffman double het clown pied girl. That ringer, sweet ringer.
Nice little ringer, yeah.
Yep. Okay, chill. And then this is my favorite one out of all of them. This is a banana Huffman mystic double het clown pied girl.
That's my favorite one too, bro. Like hands down. And they all dope, but that's my favorite one. I love that color palette.
It's like it has pattern, and then it turns orange.
And then it just goes away like midway through the snake.
And then there's like
does it come back towards the tail?
It does. It does come back towards the tail. And
that's crazy, bro.
I've already been bit like 6 times. These things mean, but that's why they, grow so fast. I'll take it. All right, so I'm not gonna look like a chicken and I'm just gonna leave these snakes here on my cart and not even mess with them. They're all striking.
All right.
I need some big old. What do those people wear that are scared of snakes? Those big old, like the welding gloves.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. My first week, I got a couple breeder girls when I first started. I was like super scared, and so I wore those things like 5 years ago.
But tried to get bit, huh?
Yeah, but it was so. What was I thinking? Like, I'd slap myself. But
yeah, it don't even hurt. I never been bit by an adult ball python. Like I've been bit by like a sub-adult that wasn't that big, and I've been bit by hatchlings plenty of times. Sometimes like you don't even realize you got bit by the hatchling until you look and you see a little bit of blood. Like, I guess it bit me.
Yeah.
When I got bit by a boa, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like the ball python either.
I felt that one a little bit.
Yeah.
My son, he helps me pull snake eggs all the time, and he's like, "Dad, what is it like to be bit by a snake?" And I'm like, it don't hurt. It just scares you for a second. Like anything, it's like a jump scare, right?
Oh, so, yeah. It's the anticipation, especially before you get bit and you don't know like really what to expect.
Well, you just see it randomly start. I still jump. I just did on camera. You better. I know you can't edit live, but I know you gotta
delete that footage.
Delete the screen, please. I don't want to talk about it. Great. It'll be, yes, not so tough.
Hey, at least the people listening on the podcast version, they won't see you jump. They just hear about it.
They'll hear the shriek.
What? We might have to add a sound effect. to
Yeah,
make it like extra dramatic.
I like or something, so it's like legit. But oh shoot, man, I this hobby has been so much fun. Like I'm not an artist. I can't draw. I can't paint. Um, but I have big ideas. So like these are my canvas. I know living art cliche, but I've been saying it for in the last 9 years. They're all masterpieces and stuff. So
Yeah, Morph masterpieces.
yep, I like that. Well, someone's gonna be running with that name now. So Morph
Yeah,
Master.
that's my strap line. So y'all don't be trying to steal
Yeah,
it.
trademark, bitches. See you. But
But yeah, you must have read my mind because that's one of the things I was about to ask you. Like, what have you liked most about the hobby so far?
and
Been doing it a minute.
I tell everyone like my favorite part are like the people I met in this hobby, the community. Um, Breeding snakes in itself, if you think about it, is kind of boring, right? If you buy the snakes, they sit in the tub for a year. You could have 3 years before you get eggs. Yeah, it's fun to hold the snakes and everything, but it's boring 90% of the time, right? But when you have animals, you spend so much time with them and you dedicate so much time to it, to them that talking about your project, socializing, interacting, networking, meeting people that are similar, meeting people that are different, different mind, that's the fun part, networking and going to shows is pretty fun. I can never
Yeah.
vend, really bad anxiety to vend. So just the setup, like the night before I would just cancel. I'd pay for the whole show, pay for everything, and I'd probably just cancel and not vend and lose all that money. So I'm I ain't gonna vend, but um, I will go and socialize and meet people and talk to people and have fun and drink at the hotel room and at the bar.
Yeah, the show is fun, bro. I like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm definitely looking forward to Tinley this weekend. Just
lucky.
hanging out, chilling, chilling, chilling.
Man, I'm jealous. I'm super jealous of that. My dream has been to go to Tenley, meet all these breeders I've been following for 8 years, 9 years. So have fun. I'm going next year. I'm making that Chris guy buy me. Part of that deal and that trade was he's gonna buy me Tenley tickets.
Oh, nice, nice.
uh,
So, you going to March or you going to the October one?
uh, Probably March. I want to go to the March one. I want
Okay,
to. I can't wait till October. I can't wait a whole nother year.
gotcha, gotcha. I don't know if I'm gonna go to March because I got like it's gonna be really busy during that time of the year for me, and I'm already supposed to be in Atlanta in April for like so I'm gonna be out, and so it might be hard for me to get out in March, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, everyone has their life, everyone has life, on top of their business and on top of the grind, and man, anyone who has a side hustle and could do this and especially do a channel on top of this like you do and be committed, like it's hard, man. It's hard to find that time, every week. So, kudos to you. Grind,
Yeah, it's
man.
definitely hard. I ain't gonna lie. You just have to just make yourself do it. Yeah,
Yep.
I could definitely do better, like in the whole making regular YouTube videos
Hmm.
department. Like I got YouTube videos on my phone that I haven't edited. Like, like took the time to record the stuff, but just hadn't got to edit them. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
telling all my dirty secrets now. It's like I got at least 2 or 3 whole YouTube videos, bro.
You're gonna show this snake, do this video and then do a video, show it in your thing. It's 1,000 grams heavier. So
Right. But I did come up with some creative ways to like leverage like what I'm already doing, right? So looking forward to like implementing a lot of that stuff, right? Because I mean, this show, just the show itself, can spawn off like 2 or 3 extra posts. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
if you leverage it, right? So yeah,
Oh,
just
that's what it's about, getting the most bang for your buck, leverage it, most efficient way to do something. So that's what I was saying. You're doing a great job, and I'm super impressed with the way you built yourself. So keep
appreciate it, bro. In
grinding.
fact, that reminds me, I want to run something by you when we get off. I want to show you something
Okay.
that I
Yeah.
made up this past weekend. That's another tip that I've been trying to practice. Is like doing stuff like on the weekend is when I get to do everything. During the week, should be hit or miss sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I've blocked out like this time to do this, and so like this is kind of like it's scheduled with somebody else. I've already broadly communicated it, and so you know what I'm saying. Like I'm committed, right? And so it's like
Yep.
easy to do this, but like mixing the video and stuff like that. Sometimes I can let myself get away with it. It's like, man, I'm tired. Or I had to do this. I had to do that.
Yep.
I don't even know where the hell I was going with it. Like, damn, I'm not even smoking.
Or I'll take care.
What was I about to say? Damn, that's crazy, bro. Like I'm acting like I can't remember. I can't. I don't even know where the hell I was going with that, bro.
Need something in the background afterwards.
Yeah. It'll come to me. It'll come to me later on. But anyway,
For everyone,
that's what it was. That's what it was. So I made some stuff like ahead of time. So I was out for a few days, and so like I made a whole bunch of stuff, and like I'm just sitting on it, and then I'll roll it out. That way I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time like doing it during the week. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that make it a little bit more easier.
And what I notice, if you just do like a little bit, like let's say you have one video, do a little bit every week or something, and it could be anything, you know, eventually it'll get done, right? So that's how I kind of like, I'm a procrastinator. So the only way to get something done is to do literally a little bit every day. And then
you make it easy, bro.
Exactly.
I'm actually listening to this book called Atomic Habits right now.
Okay. Is it pretty good?
It's damn good, bro. It's damn good. And so but that's one of the strategies that he was talking about. It's just like, because like one of the things, like the impediments to doing things you need to do is, if there's a little bit of friction, like something that can get in the way, it's easy to justify and say, I'm not going to do it. But it's like, just do a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So like start with like that first fundamental step. Just do a little bit. All right. So you want to work out, but you always making excuses not to work out. Well, just commit to working out like a small time, like 5 minutes. Like you can do that. You can get consistently in the groove of doing 5 minutes. Then once you get in the groove of that, add 5 more minutes to it, and it just build up over time. So
that's perfect. That's exactly.
It's a good book, bro. I'm about halfway through it.
I'm gonna get that. I want to listen to it. So I like.
Yeah, I'll shoot it to you. I'm listening to it on Audible, so that way when I'm driving to work, you know what I'm saying, I can listen to it. Or if I'm in the stateroom, I can listen to it. So
heck yeah, Audible, dude, you could be doing all your snake tubs and improving yourself, you know, at the same time. So
exactly, right? Exactly.
You're limited on time of day, right? If you're just, you know, doing your snakes, you're getting better, but how can you even get better? That, you know, plus your family, plus your job, plus your channel, plus everything, and you don't got enough time in the day.
Yeah, so anytime you get to double dip and just like leverage and maximize that time, hey, that's the move right there.
Truth. And that's how, like when for example, like I try to treat the snakes the same way. So say I hit like 2 really nice animals, and they're $1,500 each. Maybe I'll get someone to trade me an animal that's like 2,700, 26 in that range, you know, where they could use these 2 girls, or, you know, this will help them out, and I could get a nice extra boy they have or something like that, being more efficient, right? And I'm only buying from people I trust, and I have a whole quarantine area inside the house and a whole tent set up, so I keep all my stuff separate. And but I do make deals, and I love the, like, I know this is a totally topic, but the art of the deal. When I was a sales manager, I read that book about just learning how to close deals and like the joy you get from it.
The art of the deal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna hate it, but Donald Trump wrote it. But it's about closing deals and the adrenaline behind it and how to negotiate. And aside from the presidency, he's a smart businessman. So the book, when I was a sales manager, I really read it, and it was a great sales technique. And like it is really enjoyable actually to learn like that aspect of, there's so much more to negotiations and planting seed. You know, it gets crazy. You could talk hours about it. There's so many podcasts and so many videos out there on YouTube that people can learn. So
that's what's up. I'm gonna check that one out. I'm not gonna miss the message because of the messenger.
Yeah, that's why people will be like, oh, I'm not listening to that, but the message is the important part, you know, and this is way before president and stuff. So it is great info, actually. Great info.
Yeah, I have to check that out.
Same with what is it? Man, it was like how to pick. It was like picking up women. Sean Bradley, Exotic by Nature, recommended this book in a podcast, like on bullshit, like 8 years ago, and it was about a guy who would hold classes on how to like be more confident and pick up girls and stuff. But it started like, you apply that to like your sales techniques too, right? Like peacocking, you want to stand out. Like some people would wear like a green hat just to stand out. because you catch their eye. But the same thing with like a logo, you put something like a sweet logo to stand, all the same types of techniques. So there's so many techniques on selling and negotiating that are out there. So it actually gets
Yeah,
pretty
that's
fun.
what's up. Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
Any
for
way I can
sure. I mean,
grow, I'm all about that.
yeah,
All
after you
about
said it,
growth and development in this camp.
yes, sir. Always make your collection better, yourself better. I mean, family better. That's how it is.
100%. 100%. So speaking of getting better, what's your goals for the next 5 to 10 years with Morph Depot?
My goal is just to keep meeting, cool ass people. Right, that's a huge goal. Mine always. I love meeting people every week, but really focus on like this year I'm making 4 to 6 and 7 het girls, and so the future I really maybe make a 5 to 6 gene visual recessive or something like 5 to 6 recessive visual or something crazy like that. I don't know.
That'd be
It'll be
crazy,
fun.
bro. Yeah, that's a lot.
But it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
Favorite quote. Favorite quote. MJ, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's so true, bro. Like in all walks of life, right?
Mm-hmm. My son, I was telling him the same thing. I was like, he was crying because he was pitching and he had a bad night pitching, and he's not used to failure, right? He wins karate. We train really hard. He's a great.
Yeah, my boy, like 120 something and oh,
yeah,
it's like failure where?
Right. So he was crying, right? I'm like, why are you crying? He's like, because I suck. I'm like, who has more missed shots than anybody in basketball? Like, who has more shots? I was like, missed shots in basketball. I was like, Kobe Bryant, and that was his favorite player, my favorite player. And he's like, he missed a lot of shots. I was like, he'd go 3 for 25 one night and be pumped up. It's still continue to work after the practice because he's obsessed with.
Kobe's the ultimate competitor too.
Obsessed with getting better, and that's how I try to apply the same mindset to my business. If I could apply the same mindset to my diet, I might have a 6-pack. But it's in the keg. It's in the fridge right now.
Yeah, it's so easy to let your diet get away from you, bro.
It is.
It's super easy, but yeah.
I just wanted my wife, she's calling me because my kids want me to tuck them into bed. My daughter, she can't go to sleep. She really can't. I'm sorry, I just didn't. She's called me like 4 times. I keep ignoring her. I told her an hour, but I just wanted to for another 2 minutes. So my daughter, she's a daddy's all the time, so she has to have me read her a story and rub her back. Half the time I fall asleep in there, and I'll wake up at like 2 in the morning and go to bed. No.
What's good, Reggie? Thanks for coming out. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer. I did have like some random questions, but we can skip those and we can chat later. I know duty calls, so I'm gonna let you get out. Say again.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh no, now it's kind of getting broken up a little bit. Sorry.
That's all good. It happens.
Oh,
yeah, bro. But I appreciate you coming out. Can you hear me still?
Thank you. Yeah, I got it now.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. I'm gonna let everybody go. Do you have like 2 minutes to hang around for something real quick? Okay. So everybody in the chat, we're gonna let Joey go. It's time to talk the little one in. Duty definitely calls. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Make sure y'all go follow Morph Depot everywhere. He is producing some straight fire. The links to his social media, they are in the description of this video. So please go check him out. If you're not checking him out already, I really appreciate y'all coming out. For those who I'll see in Tinley this weekend, let's go Tinley, turn up. Really appreciate y'all coming out. Definitely appreciate you coming on the show. We're gonna get out of here. So thank y'all for coming out. Be blessed. Peace.
Thank you.